City. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And able to get this out to the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Howard. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He gets away from one. Pushes him over. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, 27 yards. And the Steelers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Jets 0. Chris Boswell to kick off Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Here we go. We're good.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, 551. Delta. Angel. Go.
They'll give to Hall. And he powers his way up past the 30. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the gun on third down, Fields rolling to his right. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1. Off play action. Howard. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st down, they'll run. And it's a fumble. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. To throw is Howard from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively,
pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here we go, Side.
Out of the gun, Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Third down and 1.
Brings up third and 1.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6.
Here we go.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Set high.
Fields now to throw. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Go.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Set high.
From the gun, here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
No mas. No mas. Right.
On play action, Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Howard. Finds Pickens out right. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set.
Operating from the gun, Howard. Finding room at midfield. And some space here. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He has such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Operating from the gun, Howard. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Chubb is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Howard. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf from 3 yards out. And the Steelers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Next to score, Steelers 21, Jets 0. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here we go, son.
Now it's Fields. And he fires one incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Howard throwing to start the drive. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Operating from the gun, Howard. And this one is incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Howard. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 38 yards. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Howard throwing to start the drive. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's